In this video, we're going to be replacing the front brakes on this 2013 Hyundai Elantra. I'm going to remove the front wheel. I'm going to do that with a 21mm socket. Alright, so we're going to remove our caliper. It's going to be two 14mm bolts. Something to keep in mind here is these are going to be bolts, not guide pins. And you're going to want to have something to hang your caliper with. We're going to use a caliper hanger. Just hang that up and out of the way. Alright, so our caliper is not moving. Guess is that the piston has moved forward, locking these nice and tight. So what we're going to do is just use a small pry bar. See if we can work our caliper off. You don't want to pry against here. You want to pry on the metal. Just slowly work top and bottom. Want to be careful, we are going to be reusing the caliper. Alright, now that your caliper is free, we can go ahead and hang it to take the tension off of the brake hose. We're going to hang it here on the strut. Spring. Up and out of the way. So now we're going to remove our brake pads. Sometimes if you get in here with a flathead screwdriver, a little pry bar, and just give them a tap off, pieces will fall off. Because we're going to replace the pads and the rotor, what I'm going to do here is just get in between the pad and the rotor and just pry them outwards. All right, now we can take off our caliper bracket. It's going to be a 17mm socket. There's two bolts right here, holding it to the knuckle. So we're going to not take this out all the way. It'll help us with our top bolt. And remove your caliper bracket. All right, so now we're going to remove our rotor. Typically, your vehicle will have two Phillips head screws here. Our vehicle did not come with them. At this point, you'd remove these two Phillips screws and your rotor would come off. In this case, they're not there. We can just slide our rotor off. At this point, before we put our new rotor on, you want to make sure that this surface is very clean and free of any rust or corrosion. So what we're going to do is just use a whiz wheel and clean this all up. Where we can't get to, we'll use a wire wheel. Whatever you have at home, go ahead and use that. Just get this surface as clean and as flat as possible. Make sure to use eye protection and respiratory protection. While doing this, you will be kicking up rust. So just as a note on this, we're not using a grinding wheel or a grit. We're just using a surface scuffing or abrasive pad. You don't want to grind into this with like a 36 or a 60 grit. You don't want to remove any material. You just want to clean it. So this is just an abrasive pad. All right, so we're going to put our rotor on here backwards. We're going to put one lug nut on there just to hold it so it doesn't fall off. And what we're going to do is use some brake clean to clean off any shipping oils or greases that may have gotten on there. You'll want to have some kind of drip pan or rag or something down to collect the runoff. We're going to do this to the inside and the outside. Now I'm going to spray on the hub surface here some anti-seize. And now we're going to put our rotor back on. You're going to take note of where your Phillips screws would go. And line it up. And again, what we'll do, because we don't have the 2 Phillips screws, is we'll hold it in place with some lug nuts. So now we're going to take our caliper bracket and replace our new brake hardware. But first, we have to take the old stuff out. Just going to use a pry tool, just pop those out. Careful, they can be sharp. Before we put our new hardware in, we're going to clean out these channels here where the new hardware will sit. We're going to use the same abrasive wheel. We'll do that now. Okay, now we're going to take our new brake hardware and push it back into these channels. Sometimes your back corners won't seat down nice and flush. In this case, it's the front. Just have to manipulate those into place. And before we put this bracket with the new hardware into the vehicle, we're going to apply some brake grease where our pads will sit, which will be right in here. Now we can take our caliper bracket, put it on the vehicle. We're going to start our caliper bolts by hand. All right, with our 17mm socket, we'll tighten these down. Snug them up because there will be a torque spec. We'll tighten them down too. All right, now we'll install our pads. I'm going to look for this tab here and this tab here. This is the inner bottom side. We're going to sit that right into our metal hardware and rotate the top in place. Now we'll move on to the front. So our piston is out too far to go over our brand new brake pads. What we have here is a piston compression tool. You can use a C-clamp, a pair of pliers to squeeze down. Whatever you have at home, you need to compress that piston. All right, so now we're going to take our hanger off, piston down in place, and reinstall our 2 caliper bolts. May have to squeeze in this bushing a little bit. And with our 14mm socket, we'll tighten these down. And then we'll go back and torque it all down. And we'll torque these caliper bolts to 50 foot-pounds. Now we're going to torque down our caliper bracket bolts to 60 foot-pounds. Now that we've replaced the pads and the rotor and we've compressed the piston inside your caliper, we've moved fluid around, we're going to bleed the brakes. We're going to gravity bleed the brakes. Press the pedal 3 or 4 times. We're going to come out here, crack the bleeder screw. We're going to look for fluid to come out. We're going to look for no brakes or hesitations or air in the line. When we see that, we're going to close the bleeder screw and you're done. With a 10mm wrench, we're just going to crack the bleeder screw open. You can see we have a steady flow of fluid, no air, no brakes in the fluid. We'll go ahead and close that up. What I like to do now, just to make sure everything's sealed up with no leaks, is just hit it with some brake clean, wipe that clean, so now you know when you're done here, if you see any wet areas, it's a new leak. Go ahead and put your cap back on. Now you want to go to your engine and check your brake fluid reservoir and make sure you're still full. If you need some, add some. If not, you're good. Now we'll reinstall our wheel. Put a couple lug nuts on by hand. Tighten them down with a 21mm. We're going to go in a crisscross pattern, and then we'll come back and torque them down. Now we're going to torque our wheel down to 70 foot-pounds. We're going to do it in a crisscross pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.